Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about something that has completely transformed how I think about growth, discipline, and self improvement. We often wait for the perfect time to make big changes, waiting for January 1st or Monday or when we feel ready. But what if the secret to lasting change wasn't in huge breakthroughs, but in tiny, invincible victories? This is The Heart of Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that shows us how the smallest actions, when repeated consistently, can shape our entire identity and our destiny. So, today, we are going to walk through the most powerful ideas in this book, not just to summarize it, but to bring it to life. You are going to see yourself in these habits. You are going to feel your future start to shift. The power of small. Think about this. If you get 1% better each day for a year, you don't become slightly better. You become 37 times better by the end of the year. But if you get just 1% worse each day, you spiral downwards. Now, here's what makes this powerful. Most people don't fail because they are not motivated. They fail because they expect change to be dramatic. They want the weight loss now, the money now, the success now. But the truth, real growth is slow, invincible, and sometimes frustrating. Imagine putting an ice cube on the table in a cold room. The temperature is 25 degrees. You watch, nothing changes. 26, 27, 28, still nothing. Then suddenly, 32 degrees, the ice starts to melt. All that time, it wasn't wasted, it was stored. Habits are like that. The results don't show up right away, but when they do, it feels like breakthrough. Even though the process started long ago, you don't need to change your life overnight. You just need to cast a vote every day for the person you want to become. First law, make it obvious. You cannot change a habit you do not recognize. Most of our habits happen on autopilot. You wake up and grab your phone before you've even opened your eyes fully. You walk into the kitchen and reach for a snack, not because you're hungry, just because it's there. These aren't conscious decisions, they are loops, invincible patterns we've created and we've repeated so often. We don't even notice them anymore. So, the first step, clarity, awareness, seeing the habits. The first step, the habit scorecard. Try this exercise today. It's simple but powerful. Write down your daily routine from the moment you wake up. List each habit: brushing your teeth, checking your phone, drinking coffee, scrolling through social media. Then mark each one, either positive, negative, or neutral. You'll begin to see the habits that are helping you and the ones quietly holding you back. Step 2, use clear triggers. Let's say you want to start journaling. Don't just say, I'll journal every night. Say, I'll journal at 8:30 p.m. at my desk, right after brushing my teeth. This works because you're giving your brain a clear signal, a cue. No confusion, no negotiation, just action. Step 3, stack habits together. Here is a trick that works like magic. It's called habit stacking. You take a habit you already do, like making coffee in the morning, and you stack a new habit right after it. Example, after I pour my coffee, I'll read one page of a book. After I drop my kids off at school, I'll take a 5 minute walk. Over time, your brain starts linking the two. One becomes the automatic doorway to the next. The goal here is simple. Make the good habits obvious. Make it visible. Make it easy to notice. Leave your running shoes by the door. Place the journal on your pillow. Unfollow distractions on your phone and put learning apps on your home screen. Let your environment remind you who you want to become. Because here is the truth: we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our system. And the first system, your surroundings. So ask yourself right now, what habits do you want to build? What's the clearest, simplest cue you can use to trigger it? Change doesn't start with a big leap. It starts with noticing what's already happening and choosing to write a new script. Let's be honest. There are habits we want to build, but they feel like a chore. Reading every day, eating healthy, waking up early. We know they are good for us, but there's this mental resistance, a voice that says, not now, maybe later. Why? Because we are hardwired to seek what feels good, what feels rewarding, and above all, what feels attractive. This brings us to the second law of behavior change: make it attractive. Your brain runs on anticipation. Here is something fascinating. It's not the reward that drives most of our habits, it's the anticipation of the reward. Your brain releases dopamine, the feel good chemical, not when you eat the chocolate, but when you think about eating the chocolate. The habit loop starts long before the action. It starts with craving, and cravings are shaped by what your brain finds desirable. How to make habits more desirable? So, how do we make a habit more attractive? One way is something called temptation bundling. Let's say you love listening to audiobooks, but you don't enjoy working out. You can say, I'll only listen to my favorite thriller book when I'm on the treadmill. You are pairing something you want with something you should do. Now, the gym isn't a punishment, it's a ticket to your next chapter. Want to declutter your room? Only let yourself watch your favorite YouTuber while folding clothes. Want to learn Spanish? Do it while drinking your favorite smoothie every morning. This is how we make good habits feel irresistible. The pull of people. But there's another force that shapes our habits even more than dopamine: people. Whether we like it or not, we are influenced deeply by our environment and the people in it. There are three powerful groups we imitate. One, the close, which are our friends, family, partners. Second, the many, which are society, culture, what's normal. Then the third one, the powerful, people we admire, respect, and want to be like. If your partner stays up late binging shows, you are more likely to stay up too. If your friends hate the gym, it's harder to be consistent. But when you join a tribe where the desired behavior is normal, everything changes. If everyone in your circle is building businesses, reading books, eating clean, tracking habits, you won't feel weird doing it. You'll feel like you belong. Create a magnetic habit environment. Want to build a better habit? Make them attractive by making them socially rewarding. Join a running club instead of jogging alone. Share your reading goals with a book group. Surround yourself, online or offline, with people who already live the way you want to, because identity is contagious. And if you spend enough time with people who inspire you, you eventually start thinking, speaking, and acting like them. So, here is your mission: don't rely on discipline alone. Instead, make the habits you want feel appealing. Bundle them with things you love. Share them with people who care. Let your cravings for connection, your craving for joy, lead you towards the kind of life you are proud of. Because if a habit feels good to anticipate, it becomes a habit you never want to quit. Let's be honest. How many times have you said, I want to get in shape? I'm going to start meditating. I'm finally going to write a book. And then nothing. Not because you didn't care, not because you didn't try, but because life got busy. Motivation dipped, and the habit just didn't stick. And that brings us to the third law of behavior change: make it easy. Why motivation isn't enough? Most people think they fail because they lack motivation or willpower. But the truth, you don't rise to the level of your goal, you fall to the level of your system. The more friction there is between you and a habit, the less likely you'll do it. If your gym is 40 minutes away, you'll skip it. If your journal is buried in a drawer, you won't write. If the healthy food isn't prepped, you will order junk. So instead of pushing harder, let's flip the script. Let's design habits that are so easy, they feel almost too easy to skip. The 2 minute rule. There's a beautiful concept in the book called the 2 minute rule. It says, when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Sounds silly, right? But it works because it helps you focus on showing up, not being perfect. Want to read more? Just open the book and read one page. Want to journal every day? Start with one sentence. Want to get fit? Just put on your workout clothes and do one push up. Why does this work? Because habits are not about intensity, they are about identity. You are not just doing the thing, you are becoming the kind of person who does the thing. Master the art of showing up. The hardest part of any habit is getting started. It's overcoming the first few seconds of resistance. And the truth is, once you start, momentum kicks in. One page leads to three. One push-up turn into 10-minute session. One sentence become a full journal entry. But even if it doesn't, you've won, because the goal isn't to finish, it's to build a ritual, to show your brain, this is who I am now. Repetition over perfection. Let me tell you something that changed how I view habits forever. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. One workout doesn't make you fit, one salad doesn't make you healthy, but over time, the tiny repetition compound. And the best way to get into those reps, make the habit so small it's impossible to say no. Reduce friction, increase flow. Let's talk about environment again, because just like with visibility, your environment either supports your habits or sabotage them. Want to practice guitar? Leave it out of the case in plain sight. Want to floss more? Put the floss beside your toothbrush. Want to cook more? Pre-cut your veggies and make your kitchen easy to use. The fewer steps it takes to start the habit, the more likely you are to do it. That's how you stack the odds in your favor. So here is the takeaway. If a habit feels hard, shrink it, lower the barrier, make it easy to begin, and let momentum carry you forward. Don't wait to feel motivated. Build a system so simple it feels silly to skip. Because the real magic, it isn't in massive action, it's in becoming the person who shows up. So now, you've made it obvious, made it attractive, made it easy. But here is the final piece of the puzzle. You need to make it satisfying. Why? Because what is immediately rewarded is repeated, and what is immediately punished is avoided. The brain loves a happy ending. Your brain is a reward seeking machine. From childhood, we are wired to repeat what feels good and avoid what feels bad. That's why scrolling on your phone is addictive. It gives you an instant hit of dopamine. But going to the gym, reading a book, those rewards are delayed. You don't see results right away, and that makes it harder to stick with them. So, if we want good habits to last, we have to make them satisfying now. The power of immediate reward. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't do it because of the long term benefit of avoiding cavities. You do it because your mouth feels fresh right now. That's the kind of instant payoff we need to build in our good habits. That could be a visual cue, like crossing off a day on your calendar, a treat like your favorite tea after writing session, or even a simple feeling of progress. The key is to find a way to make your brain feel good when you complete a habit. So it learns, let's do that again. Don't break the chain. One method that works wonder is the habit tracker. Each time you perform a habit, you check it off. The satisfaction of seeing that streak grow, it's addictive in a good way. It helps you keep showing up, especially on the days when motivation is low. You start thinking, I don't want to break the chain. And that simple visual becomes a source of momentum. Use reinforcement, not punishment. Here is something important to remember. Reinforcement works better than punishment. That means when you mess up, and you will, don't beat yourself up. Don't throw the whole system away. Instead, forgive fast and restart small. Missing once is a mistake. Missing twice is the start of a new habit, the wrong one. So if you ever fall off, just say, I'm the kind of person who doesn't miss twice, and get back to it. Make it who you are. The final law ties deeply into something we've not touched on before: identity. You are not just building habits, you are building a new version of yourself. Every satisfying repetition reinforces that identity. The more you vote for the person you want to become, the more that identity solidifies. One workout equals I'm an athlete. One journal entry equals I'm a writer. One kind gesture equals I'm a generous person. The ultimate reward: identity. Here is the truth. True habit change is identity change. The goal isn't to run a marathon, it's to become a runner. The goal isn't to write a book, it's to become a writer. The goal isn't to read 30 books, it's to become a reader. And once your habit reflects your identity, and your identity is reinforced by your habits, you create a feedback loop that's unstoppable. So let's recap. Make it obvious. Set clear cues. Let your environment guide you. Make it attractive. Bundle it with something you enjoy. Make it easy. Lower the barrier. Focus on showing up. Make it satisfying. Celebrate every win. Reward yourself. Track your progress. These are the four laws of behavior change. But this isn't just about productivity hacks or surface level habits. It's about becoming the person you've always wanted to be, one small decision at a time. So, wherever you are right now, starting over, stuck in a rut, or just trying to level up, remember this: you don't need massive change, you don't need perfect plans, you just need small habits that compound over time. Habits that are designed with intentions and rooted in who you want to become. Because big things don't happen all at once, they happen bit by bit, choice by choice, habit by habit. You are always one habit away from a new life, so start small and never stop. If this summary sparked something in you, don't just keep it in your head. Put it into motion. Like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and drop a comment below with the habits you're working on. And of course, Subscribe for more deep, transformative book breakdowns. And don't just inform, but empower. This is your time. One habit, one idea, and one step at a time. Till we meet again. Bye.